This is CBS News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
Here we go. We are in first alert weather mode because of the combination of heat and wildfire smoke from way up north that is settled into the Bay Area. And a lot of us saw the unhealthy conditions today. There is another air quality advisory issued for the region tomorrow. Our chopper flew around the Bay Area earlier today. Look at this, if you can even see it, the survey of smoke there. In San Francisco, the city's skyline hard to make out in all of that haze. Equally poor visibility across the bay. In Oakland, the smoke shrouding the East Bay Hills. Air quality maps showing that the North Bay is getting the worst of it. Marin and Sonoma counties have both issued health advisories. In fact, they're urging people to stay indoors or mask up outside. Our Andrea Nakano is in Santa Rosa, where the smoke is the talk of the town.
This is what Santa Rosa has looked like for most of the day. The thick white smoke hovering above much of the North Bay. An air quality advisory has been issued through tomorrow, and today has been declared a Spare the Air Day. Now, people are being urged to limit outdoor activity because of the poor air quality. Santa Rosa City Schools says outdoor practices for sports have either been rescheduled or moved indoors if possible. The Santa Rosa Fire Department says its dispatch center has been flooded with 911 calls, but there is no fire in the immediate area.
It started with me this morning, walking out of my house at 6 a.m. and the sky lit up kind of with the red tinge and the smoke smell, which brings back memories because I'm a fire survivor from here and lost my house in 2017.
The air quality advisory will be in effect through Thursday, and officials warn those in sensitive groups to shelter in place if possible.
Andrea, thank you. In the East Bay now, Livermore is an area that's used to the heat, but today they also had to deal with the poor air quality. You would have thought there was a fire nearby.
We were doing PE and in the morning, and the fire alarm started going off. And then ahead, when we were lining up, I saw the sky very smoky.
It's not bad today compared to the couple years ago when everything was burning.
That's true. The air quality in Livermore reached around 122 this afternoon, which means unhealthy for sensitive groups. All right, taking a live look around the Bay Area right now at the conditions, and you can see the smoke is a little better in some areas as opposed to other areas. So let's bring in Paul Hagan with our look at the air quality tonight and then into tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get a whole lot better tomorrow, but just any improvement would be welcome because it was pretty poor across the entire Bay Area. These are the purple air sensors, the latest update from those, not the official EPA sensors. There are more of these types of sensors and they update more frequently. So they give us a good snapshot of what's happening right now. And what's happening right now is some improvement along the coast with that onshore breeze. But the majority of the Bay Area still has that unhealthy for sensitive groups air quality, or just flat out unhealthy, especially for the North Bay. And that is where you're getting basically the equivalent of 3 to 6 cigarettes worth of smoke in that unhealthy category, in the red. For all those orange dots, it's the equivalent of smoking 2 or 3 cigarettes. And for non-smokers, that has a significant effect. That's maybe why your throat feels a little bit scratchy. I was outside this morning and my eyes started burning after being outside for long enough. Some improvement late in the day tomorrow. This is not the map I wanted to show. Let me get over here and make sure we got the right source loaded up. This is the map I wanted to show because we wanted to highlight the fire threat. Red flag warning continues until the top of the hour at 8 o'clock. But of all the sensors, these are the circles that are on the map right now. None of them are actually reporting red flag conditions right now. The ones in yellow are close to it, but fortunately we haven't seen the worst possible weather conditions for any new fires to rapidly spread. Something we also have to be concerned about this time of year.
Yeah, smoking gives the visual. Thank you very much. Okay, thanks. All right, CAL FIRE says it's been getting calls all day from people concerned the smoke is coming from a fire nearby. But it easily could be, given the conditions out there. A red flag warning for parts of the North Bay Mountains expires in just about an hour from now. CAL FIRE has been at peak staffing all day with extra aircraft and strike teams pre-positioned.
It's this time of the year that our firefighters really start to be extra vigilant and ready to go for the long haul, as these wind-driven fires can go and damage communities across California.
PG&E also had to do some public safety power shutoffs due to those red flag conditions. All right, let's take a look at the map. We're talking about all those purple triangles you see toward the top. As many as 8,400 customers were impacted earlier today, including some in northern Napa County. That number is now down to around 3,500. All right, let's take you to Santa Clara, where the smoke is no match for the Beehive. Tens of thousands of fans, they're headed into Levi's Stadium right now to see the Queen Bee herself, Beyoncé. Well, the place was buzzing with activity all day as crews did that last-minute shuffling around to get everything in formation ahead of tonight's concert. The Beehive lining up early at the gates with their silver on. Beyoncé does not take the stage until 8 o'clock, but there is already a lot of excitement. Our Jocelyn Moran has been there all evening and seeing all of the buildup. Hey there.
Hey, Juliet. Yeah, there's a lot of excitement around Beyonce's concert. People are making their way in right now. We are on top of a hill, so we have a really good perspective as to everything that's going on outside of Levi's Stadium here. So you see cars that are making their way in, but look at all of those fans. If you can see here, Renaissance World Tour, that is the merch truck. So you can see there's a lot of people gathered around there. That's because there is a line to get merch ahead of the concert. Then you can see people making their way over to the gates. They opened at 6 o'clock for everyone there. And then I want to show you this. Look at this. There's already people up there inside Levi's Stadium. They're already in their seats. So you can just imagine all of the anticipation for Beyonce's concert. We know she got the curfew extended. We know she's honorary mayor of Santa Clara as well. So this is a big deal for a lot of fans. I want to show you, though, what happened when those gates opened. There were a lot of people in line. People were yelling, "Beyonce, we love you." You can hear right there. The Beehive is unique. There's nothing like them. They're committed. Look at some of the outfits, too. They're dressed in silver, sparkles. They have their hats on. We met people from all over the Bay Area, Sacramento, and then internationally, even as far as Chile. Beyonce has fans everywhere. She resonates with them. Citlali here is local from San Jose. It's her birthday today. She said she is Beyonce's Virgo's sister. She's been a fan since she was a little girl.
I remember this one moment when she did the song with Shakira, Beautiful Liar. That really changed everything for me because she did it with our queen Shakira. I was like, she's for the Latinos, like Latinas, period. Like, since then, I've been super diehard.
All right, so look at here. This is Gate A. You can see all of those people making their way over to the line. There is a line. And then again, we want to remind you there is a clear bag policy. Unfortunately, we have seen a couple of people that did not know that, and they bring their bags and then they're told they can't bring them in, so they have to figure out what they have to do. Some people take them back to their cars, back to where they came from, and some people just leave them there. So clear bag policy if you're still making your way here. Something else to keep in mind, Juliet, I did not know this, but there were a few people who had silver helmets on. They thought they could bring them in. Then they were told they had to do something with them. They could not bring them in. So that was disappointing for some fans. But it just goes to show it is important to be prepared ahead of the concert.
Well, they don't want them to look like Raiders fans. I'm thinking that, you know, we're at the Niners Stadium. So, right? I just made that one up.
Ooh, that's good. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. You do not want to show up in Raiders gear at Levi's Stadium. That's right, Julia. I didn't think about that.
Anyway, all right, Jocelyn, thank you for your fun reports. Appreciate it. All right, so Beyonce's Renaissance stop will surely bring in big bucks for Silicon Valley, just like Taylor Swift did at Levi's last month. So from hotel rooms to dining and other expenses, the Eras Tour generated $33 million for the local economy. Meanwhile, San Francisco is at risk of losing one of its largest events. We're talking about Salesforce's Dreamforce conference. CEO Mark Benioff tells the Chronicle homelessness and drugs have become a big challenge for the city. And if they interfere with the upcoming Dreamforce convention at Moscone Center next month, next year's event may not return at all. Benioff says this year's convention could bring 40,000 people to the city and generate $57 million for the economy.